Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, the podcast, The Good Old Days, and today we're going to have a good laugh because I can sense a good laugh when I see one. My name is Rita and I'm your host today, and I really would want to request you to subscribe to this channel. Let us grow together, let us tell our stories together, and catch a glass of wine, a cup of tea, or a cup of coffee and have a good laugh. Let me introduce or allow my guest today to introduce herself to the audience and let us know who she is and take us back to the good old days of her life. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Very, very good.
Yeah, you're brilliant. Your skin is like glowing.
Really,
well
thank
done.
you. Thank you.
So your name, your age, your status, everything you want to tell us about yourself, anything.
My name is Natkunda Benitah from Kabale.
Mochiga.
Yeah, Mochiga from Kabale. My parents are from Kabale, Mr. and Mrs. Musing's Ben. I love them so much.
I can tell. I can tell. The fact
I
that you
love them
introduce
so
them,
much.
like you talk about them first thing. I do not know how many times I talk about my mom, introducing myself.
Oh, my mom, actually, today I've been called her. And
What?
I'm sure she's very, very scared. She's like, what's wrong?
So Benitah from Kabale. Anything else would want to know about? What are you doing currently?
Currently, I'm dealing in lightings, and I'm a marketeer by profession. I'm seeing someone, I can say, yeah. I'm a mother.
You're seeing. I saw you come in with glasses. Are you sure you're seeing
Yeah,
well?
I'm really committed to someone.
Okay.
And I'm a mother of a baby girl, Mackenzie Ankunda. Yeah, I love her so much.
I know. I
Yeah.
can tell from the smile. Well done. So, Mama Benitah, I would want for you, to take us back home. Without wasting any time, I want you to take us back home. Little Benitah, how was life growing up? I hosted a friend, Jackie, and she was, it was like form of a disclaimer or a complaint or something she just casually said, but it stuck with me. We are the new adults. If you know African history, you know that we did not write. Most of the things, we did not write them down. We told stories. We sat down. When you look at cornrows, they had stories. We
Yeah.
stored grains in our hair. There was stories that they would tell, and those tales would go on and on and on, but being
Sure.
told down.
Yeah.
Now, we have come to our generation where we are the new adults, but also trying to fit in with the Gen Z, with the information that is everywhere, and we are not telling our stories. So whenever we try to tell our stories, some of us are embarrassed by them. We still feel the burden of saying, for example, you must have seen the video I posted, someone saying they're eating chicken, so now it means like life is much better. You get?
Yeah.
Like we are embarrassed by things that are actually real, and we do not share our stories. So I would want you to take us back to the days of little Benitah.
To tell you the truth, if someone who saw the other Benitah will be like, they hosted Benitah when she's sick.
Why?
I was a very, very stubborn kid. In Kabale, we were staying in an area called Chigonji. It's behind Voice of Kigezi, so it's in the middle of town. So we were very many kids in the neighborhood, the whole community. So
How many siblings do you have?
3.
Like 3.
Yeah. By that time, we were 2. The whole community knew Benitah. They thought my mom had only me
Oh dear.
because I was very stubborn and very light-skinned.
I was about to say it.
So the whole community, Benitah, light-skinned, and we are going to Greenville. It's no longer there, but it was a very good school. My dad was working in Lukonjili. He was a headmaster in Lukonjili, Dawangov Primary School. I think it's no longer there. So by that time we were still with mom, and mom was working in Kakomo, Lake Munyonyi as a records officer.
Oh, my mom is
So-
also did records. She can't even keep her own
So
records.
Greenville, we used to wake up early in the morning, go to Voice of Kigezi. That's where our school van would pick us from.
You people had a van.
Yeah, we had a van. And
Which year was that, if I may ask?
2000, I think 2001.
Oh, okay, you're a baby.
Yeah. So it would come pick us up. But then November season, that's when grasshoppers.
Yeah.
So, the radio station is having lights and cars are parked there. So sometimes a van would leave me while I'm doing what?
Picking
grasshoppers. So then the van would leave, and there were only 2 vans to pick the people from Voice of Kigezi and the people from Centenary. So of course, me, I was very sharp. Then I would go to the border stage. Those days there were bicycles.
Yeah.
There was a man called Simeo. I'm sure people from Kavale know that man. Then I would be like, Simeo, Mommy Angelo Ntwad. Mommy, I said, you take me. Then I would go on a border, Rakalaba. I would reach late. My dad was on the PTA committee.
Yeah.
So they would be like, maybe something has happened. Then they wouldn't beat me. But when it started happening like continuously, they started beating me up. And I used to fear Chiboko. So that was it for nursery. But then staying with my mom was so a caring mother. Like, honestly, I can't say maybe this, we didn't get this. She would make us samosas. She would make us juice, pack for us. We had nice bags. We had containers, She was that mother. You would go back home and you feel like you want to go home.
Yeah.
So one time, my dad came and we were really spoiled. Me and my brother, my elder brother, he's 1 year older than me.
Yeah.
And the fight, of course. So my mom would sit on a single seater and we would sit on the arms. And we would fight, for the love and what. So dad came and he's that person who grew up from the village and he's seeing now what's this.
Yeah.
My dad was like, you know what? I'm taking you to Rukunjiri. We're so excited.
To go with him?
Yeah, because, new place. P1. Solomon was in P3, P2. I think P3, yeah. We reached, he immediately put us in boarding school.
P1 and P3? Oh my God. How was it?
So sad. The first week it was fun. You still have new things. You have your own suitcase. The first week, I was like, no. We started missing mom.
Yeah.
Waking up early, cold water.
No samosas.
And it was a village school. Surprisingly, it was a village school, but it had many kids, like 500. It was a very well-known school of a canon. It was doing well in academics. I saw kids coming to school on foot.
Yeah.
With food. I was like, what? So it was really hard for us, waking up. Then I was wetting the bed. Then you people think ghosts are not there in schools. We had students, they would be possessed at night. Benitah, my blanket is down. I couldn't get it but the lady in the corner is crying. The ghosts are beating her up.
Like for real?
Like this is reality.
What?
I would sleep the whole night without covering myself.
I think maybe we have stopped getting those stories. Also, where I went for high school, I started real boarding in high school. We had a girl from Rubirizi who used to have those issues. She would just be there speaking different languages. She's possessed.
The other one was being beaten up. You would slaps, and Benitah was there from town.
Yeah.
My blanket is down. I couldn't pick it up. Everything was scaring.
Oh my God.
No electricity, no TV. Then I woke up to my dad's office. I was like, I want to go back. I was like, Ndakuchapa. I was like, so dad can even beat me? I had to go into class, P1, but it was hell.
For how long were you in that school?
Up to P4. But then the next year we had to commute, come from home, but it was still not nice.
Did mom move also, or
no? Not really.
Yeah.
I lost everything. I had taken my nice dresses, my shoes. I lost everything. I came with just a towel and bed sheets and a blanket. So we started staying with Dad. Dad was alone. We only had a maid who would come and prepare and go. So we were young. We missed Mom. We stayed in a very huge house. It was scary. Wake up in the morning at 6, then walk. If you know, from Muchondo to Mushunga.
I don't know. What is the distance if you're to compare like here?
You've ever been to Chisizi?
I've been once, but I cannot tell the distance.
From here to Chisasi town, but then it's steep.
Yeah.
So in the morning, with our bags, then you meet other students, then you become now a group, and now it's fun, you move. But then I wasn't used to that life. So my like, it wasn't nice. Then in the morning, by that time, Dad wouldn't. Like, he wanted us, I think, to get experienced the porridge, Nkombe, millet porridge.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, what's this?
You were not used
Cold.
to it. Oh, cold.
Yes, it would be
Why?
cold, because in the morning, who is going to make fire to prepare for you porridge?
Or the maid would make it the previous day and leave it.
Yes. And then the maid wasn't staying there.
Yeah.
So we would be like, Mom, this is really hard. But meanwhile, when I was still in boarding, when Dad is leaving, I would escort him up to the gate so that he can say, come, we go together. Then when we reach, he would be like, okay, bye. And I would be like...
Did he like bring you food? What food were they
No,
giving
we
you
were
in
eating
boarding?
from his office. Break time, we would go milk and bananas. Then lunchtime, matoke. That's it, the usual thing. But then
But the other kids?
The other kids were no more.
Posho and beans.
Passion and
You
beans.
people. Ha!
Yeah, but then I would want to eat with the kids, you know. Then we would make like a group of kids, those who are bringing food from out. Then we would first eat the first plate, the
second plate.
the third. Then you find someone they have brought for him or her potatoes and what. Then that one will be like, we shall eat it last.
I think it was a general thing for us to do, because even where I went to school, we also had that, like communal eating. It was actually really, really embarrassing if kids did not eat your ntanda, if they didn't eat the food you brought.
Now we shall reach on your food when you are all satisfied. You're like, I'm full.
It's not good. Okay, it's not even good, like they pass if it's dodo.
Yeah. Yes. So it was anyway, it was a good experience, but then it was really harsh for us. I was so spoiled. I would lose pens, then I would lose pencils. I wanted a pencil. If the rubber gets done, then I want a new one. So my dad started now passing through teachers. So one time I remember very well, I was in P2. Teacher Mukama came. Hi, we were all excited. I want you all to show me your friends. Benitah, come here, show me your friends. I was like, this one. So there was this game of kabush. I take your pencil, take your pen. Like that, so I would lose. They bet us.
Why?
Because of kabush.
Because
we were losing things.
Yeah.
Pens. And me, I would forget easily. They come, phew, and I wouldn't get a chance from picking. So every time I would go, sometimes I steal my dad's pens from the what? From the my
the
dad's
rules
table.
were twakoma twatutaka kumurira. You were going to continue losing your things. Whatever I find you holding, I am taking.
Yes.
Okay, this has evoked a memory. So you would like do the pinky at twakoma bush. If I find you anywhere you're holding anything, I am taking it. You have no
and then our books were getting torn because you'd be writing
and someone pulls it away.
And the teachers, every time you're on standby, you're on booking, you're not, you know.
And so some kids, you would even say, Katukomorori, and they refuse.
Then another game would get those white stones and put here. put saliva and then they do. I still even have the
You
scar.
people, what were we doing?
So like I was experiencing things that it was fun, but still a hard
Okay,
way.
not understandable to the adults. Like, what do you mean, mwakoma bush and someone took your book? What is that?
Yes, because I think it was hustle.
Explain to
Hustle,
me.
you don't have a new pen, I have.
Yeah.
So, but it was fun, but then sad. We missed our mom so much. So when I was in boarding, my dad told me, Mom is going to come. I woke up, had to shower, and stood at the gate. Everyone who was entering, have you seen a brown lady who has short hair, who is
Oh,
like
boy.
this? And they said no,
Not
like
yet.
that, up to when she came.
What time?
She came at something like 2 hours there by 9:10.
You stood there the whole time?
Yes, we saw Mom. We were so happy. And the living time, I was like, no.
Where did she go? Did she like go back home?
Yeah, home.
To dad's or
Yeah,
Kabale?
to dad's. But then after she had to go back to Kabale, we were like, no. It was
I don't
sad.
know. I have kids, but I don't know if I will
It
not be on
was
their
sad.
gate every weekend.
I was there. Everyone who was interlinked. Have you seen a brown lady like this with short hair? And they would be like, no. I'd be
Not
like,
yet.
okay. When I saw her, I had even given up. I had gone back to they called. I ran, and our school was like on 5 acres. So from the dormitory area to the offices, I ran. I reached when I'm like
Panting and sweating.
So she brought us food. And it was my first time to eat, you know, these, what is it called? Yeah, the one where you pull like a meat from the bone.
Ribs?
No, it's not a rib.
Meat from the bone?
It's inside the bone.
Shukuru, the bone marrow?
Yes. So every time I ask, Mommy, the other meat you brought us at school. The food was nice.
Long bone.
The food was nice, so my mom went back to us being alone. She brought us bread. I'm that person who gives out. It got done that very day.
Well done.
So now we had to start commuting from home, but then my dad would be back on Saturdays. And he leaves us 5K. And my brother was this guy who is humble, who wants to please my dad.
Who even has balance.
Yes. Then he tells him, we just bought sugar. And I would be pissed. And I would be like, Solomon. Even he would keep the money.
Solomon is watching right now.
Yes, he's going to watch.
Solomon.
That man, Dad would give us 5K. Back then, it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
He buys, they were called what? They were
Sweet rolls.
Sweet rolls. By that time, they were sweet with jam.
Yeah.
He just
Nowadays, they put color, not jam.
Yes. So he just bought like 2 and 4K. He gave it back to Dad.
Oh, man, Solomon.
And I was like, Solomon. And Dad so he would tell everyone, my kids, I live 5K. And they even keep balance and they give it to me.
Solomon,
and that's Solomon even
your
now.
Savings.
And now that's Solomon even now. Even if you give him your 10K and you mark it, you be like, you put like a dot, he'll give you that money. Again, like that. So Solomon, but then we would come from school, reach very tired, the distance, polish our shoes, go fetch water, take evening tea, take supper, then Dad would shower us.
And you sleep.
On the corner of the house. Our house had a very big balcony, and he would scrub you as if he's on a car wash. Dad would scrub you, the neck, and he would touch you like this.
In the ears.
Like, the ears. Then,
but yeah, I think back, I don't know, maybe it was the dust or the exposure to so much outside play. We used to have, I don't know what it's called, but here and on the ankles, Yeah,
Yeah, I
behind
didn't.
the
I didn't
ankles.
get that. I think he scrubbed enough. Like
Yeah.
was good at.
Now for us, we
then it'll be
used
like
it too.
touch on my head, and he rubs your leg, and you'll be like, okay.
Did you have the lava stones for feet? Tokumanya bibari byo kutebjere.
Now
Those
that
ones
one,
who
mom
have,
has
like,
it. Even now, I have it in my bathroom. What are you talking about?
this-
But by that time, we used to come in shoes. So, but then Dad Bambi would take us like on a weekend when he's around. He takes us to Kisizi. We eat meat. We eat bindazi. And those times the bindazi were big.
Eh,
Then we pack like 3
tutegetaga
packets.
muzaahura kushabana.
So the life with Dad was good, but then even Chiboko came in, and if I did something wrong, he would have to beat Solomon. He would get like another excuse.
Beat Solomon.
Yeah. So one time we were at a well. There was no water, so we waited. We were like, let's keep here. You never know. It does that. It comes back.
Was it Nikondo? Like a
It was a tap.
yeah.
So he was seeing us because from home he was seeing us. I'm riding the bicycle. I was very happy,
Wakabi.
you know. So he sent. There was some. How do they call it? Like these. Biachar. I was like, you go and call them. She can. Benitah. We are like, where is the road? We reached home. He immediately got a belt. Pia, pia, pia.
Both of you.
Both of us. And someone was like, let's go. I might be like, water is going to come. Another moment,
The
Dad was
second bonds are always drama.
Dad was like, I'm going to Kabale. There is a word akuhinjira here. I don't want to see any of you.
In that party.
Me, Benitah. Now it's like he was informing me. By the way, there is a party. I was from school. I had to stand. That was the first time I saw these cakes of what are they called?
Tears, like the Amadara.
Baskets. These boo baskets where they put caro.
Yeah.
It was.
indeed.
I remember very well. It was orange and white. I came back home. I was
Did you
excited.
eat on that cake?
No. I was on a hurry. I had to go home before. And my dad was known. Headmaster. Mahalawa headmaster. So I would go home. I went home. Dad was away. He came.
That day.
I had to like go to a shop. He already got the news. Benitah was at the party.
Wait, did you like attend the party or did you just
These
pass
kids who stand and see the party. Did I even eat food? I didn't. Dad, I didn't eat food. I went home the next day. Dad already knew
Got the news.
Benitah passed by.
Who was the informant?
The
Who
whole
somehow-
village. There was some old woman, and she's still alive. That's what they told me. We would go to visit our maid. Even the kids of our maid were friends. Even that woman, oh my God. We would go to visit her. Dad would get to know Chibok. There is an old woman who would report to Dad.
Report, yeah. Each village had one.
That old woman. And those ones, they never die. She's still there. She's
Mine died.
and she still has the same characters.
Anyway, that's where they find fulfillment and
So-
power. So when do you go back to Kabale?
Now Dad had to resign, had to come start a new life in Kabale.
That is what class? Which class were you in?
P4.
Solomon, P7, P6.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, we would go back for holidays to Kabale.
Okay.
Go to church on All Saints Church. Me, I would go to Sunday school, then greet everyone that I know, our family friend. So they knew Benitah as a jolly kid. So that time, me and Solomon,
Social
we started having, sibling fights. Katuna Road is a very busy road. He would refuse to help me cross. He'd be, and he just leaves me. Bambe, the border guys are the ones who would come and help me cross. I would reach home, I report. Of course, they knew Benitah is lying. Solomon doing that? No. One time, we were at church with Solomon. I think that's why he started, Benitah. You know how they sell things in church?
Yeah.
Me, I thought you just settle. If someone says 1,000, you say 2,000. they were selling a sugar cane and a pumpkin. My
Someone's
dad
auction.
was in Kabale. 1,000. Another one. 2,000. Me 3,000. 2. The treasurer was like, hey, the dad will pay. A pumpkin, a pineapple, and a sugar cane.
For 3K.
Taking home, and it was far. Someone refused to carry anything. I carried the pumpkin in a dress like this. Sugar cane, I put it here.
And the
I
pineapple.
reached home. I was like, okay, now I'm dead. I'm dead.
Donna Yingido, I didn't your family.
Then Mommy Doreen, the one who used to take care of us, was like, Benit, Mama, later, you bring, we eat. Dad came, they just, someone was like, Benita guzile bintu mu kanisa. Dad was like, what did she buy? They told him we hadn't even eaten them, so that we first do what?
Show
It's
him.
like, at least she bought what to eat. You eat, I will pay. I survived. One time, still I was from church. You know, we used to wear my clay, these white shoes.
Yeah. Oh.
I came from church. Kumbe one heel was not on the shoe. Me, I didn't.
Fell off.
Yes, and I didn't know.
Uh-huh.
I reached home, and by that time, Mom was home. I reached home, I was coming from downhill. Me, I couldn't realize. So my dad was like, are you hurt? I was like, no.
Where are you limping?
You do like this? The heel. Where is the heel? Like, I don't know. Benitah, you couldn't even feel your walking style.
Yeah.
You're not balancing. I had to move back. Looking for the heel, I couldn't get it.
Totally. Didn't
That's how
find it.
stubborn I was. My life was all about playing. So, Sunday school, in Kabale, from church, direct to Voice of Kigezi. Yes, we are the kids who would be program Yabato. What's your name? Send your greetings. The songs, we knew those songs from Sunday school. So one time the presenter was like, those who come every day, we are going to, next Sunday don't come. I was like, you joke a lot. I was like, you joke a lot. I came back in the studios, fresh and clean. What's your name? My name is Ninsima Christine from Chanamira. Remember, I was from Chigonji. But the fact I wouldn't want to miss that opportunity, because I had to greet.
TV,
I would,
on radio.
after greeting people from my village, which in the village, our real village. So at that time, there you are, Benitah. You said hi to me on radio. I was like, yes. So the next day it was cool. Christine was like, Banange, I have a namesake. Ninsima Christine from Chanamira. I was like, Banange, it's me. They laughed, but it was...
The presenter could not tell that you are the same kid who's been coming here every
kids,
day.
we would be many. But the sharp ones, I don't think she could remember. I don't think she could remember. I don't think she... And then she would be like, don't cough. So the time you have cough, you couldn't go to radio.
Yeah.
So it was, Chigonji was a very nice, it was a very good place. We were very many kids, but then my mom was very strict. We couldn't go out to play. But we were very many kids. In the evening, we would meet and play. You feel like, okay, let me go home. But then when I started growing up, my mom was very strict. I was very stubborn.
Yeah. And very beautiful, too.
My mom was very strict on me. Of recent, I was like, Naima Ming. I was like, we were staying in a slummy, it had very many kids, all sorts of people.
Yeah.
So I couldn't let you do. I was like, but at least mommy would talk to me and be like, by this time, come home. I was like, no. Sure. My mom I would do something. You know what she would say? Benitah, they can't tell blowing. And she would be saying that, and she's hitting your head, and you'd be like, poo.
Oh boy.
I was very stubborn, but I'm really thankful for that. Rita, they beat me up.
I am yet to meet a millennial who says, my mom bet me for free.
Sometimes they were small.
Small. Those small things.
If,
How big things they will give
for
back
would be
to.
like, little knowledge is dangerous. I just told you about this.
You can't be.
They would tell me, Benitah, Chugonj, there were some kids that had goats. So when it was time they were going to graze, I would follow them. And that side where they used to graze from, there was a river. I would come back, Mom is home, Chiboko. Actually, Chiboko was Silipa. And I would be like, Mommy, use butter, don't use umoja.
Because butter was lightweight and umoja was hard.
Yes, I would be like, Mommy, use butter, don't use... She was like, I'm using umoja.
Yeah,
Then
it will put sense in you.
Give you silipa. Then she would be like, come and eat. And I used to have anger issues. And I'd be like, Nga, that is also vomit and you see me. And then I would be like, no. My mom would beat me. Then I would be like, no, this is not my mother. Meanwhile, I had my friend. Like, she was my best friend. She was called Rebecca Patrin. We used to be talking. Now the mom was also strict. Then we used to be talking. No, I don't think these are our mothers. At least our dads. And their dad used to love them so much. Imagine the type of jazz we would be talking about. No, they are not our mothers. And Solomon, for him, they don't beat him. And now Becca
is well behaved.
Yes, and Becca had the sister, the Buchula. It was like, me to even Penny, they don't beat her. So we're like, okay.
I think the second born, I think it's like something.
No, Becca was the firstborn.
One of the children.
Now I'm the child.
Me too, I'm the child. Then my daughter is that child too.
So, my mom would be like, Benitah, they can't tell blowing. You know that bulb? And those days,
high school as soon as possible. Like if
and
you
now
were
high
stubborn,
school. Now
like this in say kindergarten or primary school.
Primary,
high school.
Primary. Now primary, we are still primary. My dad opened up a school. Still, I was very stubborn.
Yeah.
But remember, now those days primary, they would beat us. Even at least you get like a 50, they still beat you. You fail, what determines the color of the skin, melanin, they beat you. So I grew up.
That was a question.
They used to pick, like we've discussed this question, so it comes in a paper and you fail, that's Chiboko. So there in high school, they used to beat me even when I've tried. But then I remember was it primary? No, it was high school. No, primary. I finished primary, but still ngamon Chiboko. When I was going to senior one.
Where did you go for senior one?
I went
for
to
high school.
I had to go to a single school. I went to Bishop Chivenjele Girls School, Moyevi. My dad was like, they were like, go to Kegezi High School, mommy. And the worst moments was when I was going back to school, because they would sit us down.
Yeah.
But the most lecture was on me. Then my dad was like, this
You're
stubborn.
The one whose skin color could attract flies
Yeah, no. And I hate this skin color because it caused me problems in high school.
Okay, so you hated, not now. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I hated. So now, my mom was like, you know your girl. You know Benitah. You can't take her to a faraway school. You won't take her to a mixed school. And I used to fight a lot. This one is going to fight with the boys. Please. So they took me to Moyebe. They had to give me money for shopping to go with my auntie. We shopped, but that night I was already eating the biscuits. I was already drinking the juice. Yeah. I was already, even the soap, I was like, oh my God,
You're
fax.
balling.
By that time, fax, roll-ons, spray. I was like, oh. We went for I went to
Reporting day.
Moyebe. I love Moyebe. I love that school. First of all, there were no canes. The only punishments, yes, no chiboko. Even if
That
you
school should
beat,
be
even if you
banned.
slap a teacher,
What?
there were no chiboko at Bishop Chivenjere Girls' School Moyebe. But you know what? The punishments. Now they would read you out on assembly. Natkunda Benitah, 10 buckets of maram. 20 buckets of maram.
From where?
From the farm, the school farm. Then they tell you to distribute it like on the walkways. So that was the punishment. I was very stubborn in
No
school.
slashing.
Maybe kalagata. What is it called?
Weeding.
Weeding the walkways. And so yeah, first at senior one, no chiboko. Remember, all my life I've been with my dad in school.
Yeah.
So imagine, you're free. No chiboko. There is no one, Benitah, you've done this. First time I came over, I was on which position? And I was very bright. So Dad was like, he kept quiet.
Let us sit.
But then in my first year, I'm that person, I have a habit. You know how people lick their thumb? Me, I do my lower lip.
Oh. I was going to try to do
So I would be in class on my lower lip, the teacher is explaining, and they'd be like, Benitah. I'd be like, I didn't feel hunger at school because of that. So the head teacher knew me from that. I would be there, assembly. Benitah. One time in high school, I went to the art room. I picked a mask.
Those artistic masks.
Yes. I went to senior one as a crown. 2 students fainted. The whole school was disorganized. And after that, our dormitories would be closed. So I passed under the net, the first net, went to the dormitory. They looked for me, the whole, from the latrines to the generator house. I was nowhere. The good thing, the teacher that was on duty was a student teacher. From the dormitory, in the morning, they were reading me on assembly to write an apology and to carry 20 buckets of maram. Even in the assembly hall, I was late. I was always a late comer. Now, our school, you would go for morning. The worst part about Moyebe, you would never miss morning prep. And I used to love sleep. And Moyebe was like, you would be in Moyebe and you're seeing Rwanda border. So it was very cold, you know, Kabale. Oh.
Waking up.
So waking up and you have to wear your uniform, stockings, black shoes.
Like full.
Full. Me Benitah. Bathing at that time. I had my skirt very old and my stockings. Sometimes we were very stubborn. We would even put toilet paper in shoes and wrap it, and it works as stockings.
Insulator to keep warm.
No, you don't have stockings to put on.
Toilet paper wouldn't tear.
So long as there is like a white that is peeping. So, but I love Moyebe. Then after prep, we would go get porridge, then go and shower. That moment of showering, that's when time would catch you up.
Wait, you guys would go for morning preps, which was called winter.
Yeah.
Without showering.
Others would shower, but me, I would wake up when they would ring the bell, the final, and the warning. So they ring the warning. No, there is that one for waking you up. Then warning, then final. They would ring that one for waking up. Benitah would sleep. Warning, I would sleep. Final, still I would sleep. When the teachers come, now with canes and banging the door, writing, that's when I would wake up, my skirt, I would wear the t-shirt for school and a sweater and a book. I take art. Then go. Then reach morning prep, still I sleep. If you miss, sometimes I would be like, okay, Benitah, let me sleep. Because there are those teachers who don't come. They just come. And our chairs were marked according to our roll calls. Our Benitah, I remember, was number 26. My rocker was 26. My chair was 26. So they would come, Benitah is not here. But in my heart, I know, yes, I'm going to sleep. Then tomorrow, not even wearing uniform, I immediately go carry the buckets of maram. So, of course, it was a sure deal. By that time, I would wake up, but then we would be like 3. Then we wake up, we take like 4 cups of porridge.
Where do you get 4 cups of porridge? Where I started from, everyone was entitled to
Where I
one.
started from, we would eat posho twice in a week, and maybe supper it was. But during the potatoes, Irish, and it was self-service. Each class you would serve. Today you're serving, so you would. I grew fat. You wake up and you're like, okay, I'm taking 4 cups of porridge because I have to carry maram. So I need the energy, I need the food.
That's the excuse.
Yes. You carry, it's done. But you've done what? You've slept. And mostly we would dodge when we are having like chemistry, math, of course.
Me kamas. No wonder I'm not
kamas,
good with money.
I don't even recall the teacher who told me kamas.
Who was that?
Meanwhile, I even studied foods and nutrition, but I didn't have foods and nutrition. I would go there because of the food. And to survive Muyebe, break time, they would open the dormitories. And those people, I don't know how to keep money or even grab. So people would can't eat. I'm like, okay.
You're the people who can't have a piece of yogurt in the fridge.
Eat once and starve. So I would be there and I'm like, Benitah, be a foods prefect. I became a foods prefect. Do you know the privilege of becoming a foods prefect at Muyebe?
I don't know because I was not there.
The board meeting is sitting, you're there. They cook meat, you're serving. You can put even 12 plates on each table. Pineapples. Every Thursday they would bring us pineapples. 1 pineapple, 4 people. But for you, they would give you 2.
Why?
Because you're the foods prefect. You're the one distributing and if you hate a dormitory, I used to hate Mirab. I give them small pineapples. Then my dormitory was trail. I give them those fat. my best friend Mercy was staying at Livingston.
Take the bigger ones.
The bigger ones.
In fact, have one alone.
Then these were small dormitories.
But what is that cigar?
Then me with my 2, and our dormitories, it used to be streets. I was passed through the streets when I'm pissed with my pineapples. And then on Sunday, breakfast, eggs. And morning people don't want to wake up.
Yeah.
So you have like 30 eggs. Then I sell.
You sell eggs?
Yes, I sell the eggs.
Hey. I want one of your OGs who used to live in Merab. Because I want to get their version of the story.
Though I used to, because Merab had these students who used to, there are these students who take themselves as if they are high there.
Yeah.
They are the ones who tease, they are the ones who bounce, they are the ones who have tomboys. I'd be like, these pineapples are yours. Then those ones who used not to eat matoke, I would be like, I saw you last Sunday eating matoke. You're not going to eat like rice. Kumbe me, I have my rice, I have my matoke, I have nuts, then meat. Muyebe was really fun.
For you. For
Muyebe
the prefects. For the
no,
people.
even everyone actually. They used to, Muyebe had like avocado trees everywhere. There were like 50. So the harvest time, they used to harvest. But before harvesting, I remember Sison was from Rukonjiri. She had just came. We climbed in the tree. We had to get our buckets, put a leso, tie it on the waist, go up the tree after prep. So when we were picking the avocados, one fell. the askari was passing. He came. You know, hugging a tree. He couldn't find us.
What? And you guys were like up in the
Up,
tree.
we're like 5. I think he
Let me
also
ask,
got
where were
scared.
you stealing the avos?
Because we wanted... Remember when the school picks, it's going to
Give you like one or half.
half. And for us, we even wanted, evening till you have your chapati, then you slice
Chapati
it.
from where, please?
From the canteen.
Ah, okay.
So we would climb there. And then in the morning, they see we have buckets of avocados. And Kadaga had just given us computers. So we had boxes.
Yeah.
Break time, avocado. Lunch time, avocado. Avocado supper. So my childhood was, my high school life. Then going back home. Actually, I never missed home. Because my mom was very, very strict.
And now that you're a teenager, of course.
My mom was very strict. You would wake up. She would never say thank you. And now, remember the other time we were 2, me and Solomon, now 2 girls. The one who follows me right now is in Form 6. They were young. I would wash, I would clean. The only thing Solomon would do was mop the house because I didn't know how to mop so that...
Do you know now?
Yes, I can try. Yes, I know. Because now at least the floor can get dry. But my mom would come from work. If you're standing like this, you have to bend. You're busy. You're doing something.
Hey, she's one of those parents who don't want to see you free.
Nothing.
All moms, I think, from Gen X.
She would come,
Never.
the utensils are not washed. This is not done. And you work. Hey, okay. Don't clean my shoes. Let me clean them myself. Let me do it. And you'd be like, Mom. So there was one time, Coca-Cola was in Kabale. We're in coaching. And Mercy would come, my friend. Panage, kitende. I'd be like, okay.
What is kitende?
St. Mary's kitende. They used
yeah.
to come to Kabale and, she came and judged me. I was like, okay, Mercy, I'm going to come, but they're going to beat me. But I have to know what takes place there. After coaching, I reached home. I immediately left. It was fun. But of course, back of my mind, I know they're going to beat me when I reach home. I came back. We had shifted now to Butobede. We are staying in an apartment, so I passed behind that window of the kitchen. Anita! I was calling my little sister to ask whether my parents are already what?
Back, what time was that?
It was like at 5.
5 p.m.? That was too strict.
Guess who responded?
Your
my
mom. She's like, hey, wait, please.
Wait, that polite. She was like, Mayor, come. Actually, they used to call me Mayor even when I was Mayor. I came, I entered the house.
Why does it feel like all of us we are going through the same?
Well knowing, of course, Chiboko. My dad was like, you can get my he had a very nice stick for Bahima under the bed. And me, I preferred wires because I was used to wires. Wires, you pain there and then, but then
they
the
don't
pain
go
would,
deep.
Yes.
Oh, so, I didn't know that. I'm going to get a wire.
So, and I went to Solomon's. Solomon was like, no, take the stick. I was like, the stick, please, take the stick. No, get the wire. The wire was nowhere to be seen. So we had an antenna. And those antennas, the wires are small. So I cut it.
You cut the antenna?
Well, it was no longer in use.
Yeah, I thought
so. I cut the antenna. Reached. Bring the stick. Dad, no. I haven't found the stick. Do you know where the stick? I had put the stick. I passed the stick through the window to the garden. Dad came. We got the why. But in my mind, I was like, you know what? He's going to beat me like 4-5. Then I hold it. And the time I hold it like this, he won't get it out of from my hands. He will use slaps and vikonde. And that's what I wanted. So after like 4, now I still had to stand up. He caught me. And the moment he tells you, lie down, and you refuse. Now the anger.
Jogo.
Now he started punching me. He would punch you. Ogwe halichiri chenje. You come back in his hands. And even mom started also for him. He would feel like maybe he punches you. Deko gumhala tumwit. Deka mgeyo tumtera blowing. Benitah, where have you been? Package. I was going to pick my package.
That's the lie.
That's the lie.
Did you bring the package?
Yes, I had proof and evidence. Even Solomon, I told him, then someone sat me down. You know, he was the good guy. He was the born again. He was bright in class. Solomon.
Is Solomon married
since
now?
Day one. No.
Okay.
Since day one.
We shall talk Solomon.
Since day one, Solomon was number 1 in class. Solomon, sat me down and was like, Benitah, what have you been doing? I was like, I've been doing the package. Kumba was even bleeding. He gave me a hanky.
Bambi.
I was doing the package. Then later, that was Form 3. Form 3, meanwhile, third term, we had a very bad company. Me, Mercy, and some other girl. They chased us. Meanwhile, Solomon was at Nadia. Nadia was very strict. He wasn't he wasn't feeling the place. They chased us. Me, they weren't caring about me. They were caring about Solomon. That was the turning point of Benitah. And actually, I was a good girl, but they didn't know how to handle me. I needed someone who is soft. By the way, me even right now, if you want to use force, as if you're telling me, do it. If you tell me, I'll be like, okay, let me do it. I see what you're going to do. So they failed to talk to me like, okay, Benitah, do this. For them, they were like, oh, force. I've learned, even my daughter, I use force, but then talking.
Yeah.
I'll be like, Mackenzie, do this. And she will. But if you beat her, it's off. So that was me. Even I think even in relationships, if you start telling me, talk to me like, as old people, but don't give me conditions. The moment you give me conditions, it's going to be so bad. Like, I will feel unloved. I would feel, okay, we can't talk. So that was it. My mom was so strict. My dad was also strict. But my dad, for him, he was kind of simple. So he would talk to you. And I loved my dad a lot. And he was always on my side. Even when they used to send me for parents at school, I would call my dad.
Why were they sending you for parents?
One time at school, phones. And when they got me the phone, I was calling my dad. He came, he was like, you people, she was calling me.
But
they were
where
like,
did
okay,
you get the phone?
From a friend. They were like, the phone, they have to keep it. My dad even paid the 20,000. They even bet me. Then dad was like, okay, you've done all that, give me the phone. They was like, no. They were like, no. Muyebe, I remember one time I fought. Yes, I fought.
Did you ever bring barbed wire?
That one, Bambe, that one, I never escaped
barbed wire
from
was
school.
70K.
That one, they would chop off my legs.
You were ever caught at you're bringing barbed wire.
Me, what I did, that really, we're having wildlife concert, so I had to draw 10 reels on my chest, To rub it off, it was, now it faded like a tattoo. So I was there morning prep. Singles. Actually, single schools, we would put lip balm. Single schools, you couldn't even run when it's raining.
Hey, ladies.
You couldn't even eat, like, comfortably. You wouldn't even, like, they're going to see me. They're going to laugh at me. You're going to... If you fall in a single school...
I feel that is like for mixed because the boys.
Mixed. Come on. When I joined mixed, I was so free. I would even eat my chiposha, I finish. The other time, you have to live on the plate, mixed. And then when a male teacher is supervising...
Imagine 600 girls, all of them.
I remember one
attention from a
time,
male
Montiela guys came for a concert. Ho! As if the school was attacked by bees. And that time, we had a deputy. They had cut down the trees in the school. Come on, that deputy, after the concert, he started checking under the trees.
For you guys.
Yes. It maybe was fun. Going to A-level, I had to go to a mixed school. It was also fun. Still, my parents were strict. They stopped being strict when I finished campus.
When was that?
2020.
What?
But still,
They're
when I
no
was
longer
coming to
strict now.
campus, they were like, okay, Benitah, if you're applying, don't think about Kampala. I was like, okay, now you're joking. So I had a friend. Now these are secrets. So I had a friend. He had a sister who was working with UN in Nairobi. So my plan was now to leave home, go to Nairobi without anyone knowing.
For school or for work?
For work. Just school. Who was going to pay for me? Now I started. By what I told him, I was like, my parents, there is no school fees. At least get me something to do. It's like, oh, your parents have accepted. I was like, yes, there is no tuition. And the good thing, this guy didn't know me. If he knew me, and my parents would be like, no.
You're lying.
Yeah. So, the time everything was done. And no one. One person is the one who knows about it, my friend Mercy. Even my brother doesn't know. The next day when I was planning to travel tonight, that's when Dad was like, Benitah, you organize yourself, you go to Kampala and apply. I would be right now.
God.
I would be in Nairobi, I don't know.
When you were there, go yeah.
But, so, campus. I came to MOBS. MOBS was fun. I would like not to talk about MOBS.
Why?
Because MOBS, it's just current. They are not the good old days.
No, they will be. Okay, when we look back, maybe one day we'll sit down here and you tell us your campus days. Maybe,
but
inshallah,
MOBS,
since it's still new.
MOBS was fun. MOBS was fun, yes. I came to MOBS. I forgot about reading books. I would sleep. I would go out. I thought campus. I didn't even actually, if you're going to a campus, you have to first ask, what was even the setting of the exams? I thought it's just research. Then I thought just carrying notebooks and summarizing.
Research. What were you studying?
First paper,
marketing.
Yeah, I was doing Bachelor of Science in Marketing.
You should get back to marketing.
And surprisingly, I didn't even know the course that I'm taking is I'm going to be a mathematician or an accountant. Or an accountant. Rita, we did calculations.
It's okay.
And me with math. First semester, accounting one and I was like, Benitah, I'm done, I'm dead.
Yeah.
So I failed to concentrate on the other ones. I concentrated on accounting. I didn't get a retake, but I got, I think, a 50. And I was like, oh. Then the other ones, I used to cram. Rita used to cram. I enter the paper. I would leave my hostel quiet, reach the paper, the examination room quiet, up to when I get my paper and write everything I know in my head. That's how bad campus was.
What?
And now, but I think when I go back, first class.
You see, the thing is, when we are developing, we do not know we are developing. Now, even me, if you put me in class, I want to, okay, no, I didn't mean not that I on a public platform. I have driving school coming up. I'm expected, apparently, to sit for an exam, but I've tried, because it's me, I'm not good with cramming. I want to understand and explain in my own understanding.
Now, that time, I didn't have time to understand.
No,
I didn't have time to understand.
I would be jazzing I failed.
I would get my, we used to call it taking screenshots. Even when reality was the first point, it would be my first point in the paper. The only thing I would reach and do like this, then I see everything in my mind. So I wouldn't talk to anyone. So someone would even say hi and I just continue. So that I don't, because that was cram work. The only thing I wouldn't cram was business statistics, modeling, what. But other things, I would take screenshots, reach in the paper as if I'm meditating. Then things would come. Then I would write them down. The lecturer would be, you haven't gotten a question paper. What are you writing?
What are you writing?
I would be like, no.
So condition.
The most interesting part at campus, I remember, I was doing economics. Rita, I had discussed the whole night. I knew everything. I was like, now this one, at least I will get a 7. I reached in the paper, everything had gone to Mob's playground, I think for a match. I couldn't remember anything apart from the theory part. I started crying because this was the final year. I couldn't get a
retake.
I didn't want to get a retake. I started crying. I saw people writing, people drawing graphs. I'm like, where did you get these graphs? So the lecturer came, why are you crying? I was like, sir, I've forgotten everything.
Oh.
And I have retakes. And I don't want to. I was like, do your friends know? Okay, you copy. I don't remember how he even looks like. I told the guy, they have told me to copy. I was like, are you sure? I never seen the guy in class, but I was seeing him drawing graphs. Then I started.
And did you pass it?
Yes, I got 51.
Well done. Oh, not to you, to the lecturer and the guy.
The lecturer, I think he was even an angel because I had never seen him.
Yes,
and I don't even remember.
Happen, actually.
I was crying. My other friends, there is a lady at Mobs. She's like, when she enters an examination room, if you hadn't read, you know, I'm getting a retake here. She's a half caste. She will see and she'll be like, go the other side. You don't know anyone that side.
Yeah.
All your people that you've been discussing with, they are here. So then you immediately feel a retake.
And you know that can destabilize someone's mind.
Yeah. Actually, when I remember even sometime they made me sit on the doorway. I was like, this is already a retake. I failed to get the things. I had to go out, read through, came back. That's how I survived accounting too.
So did you pass, graduate with others?
Yes, I did graduate. 2 graduations with my baby. I had my baby. I graduated.
That is a story. That is a story right there. It doesn't seem like it's already in the good old days, but we need that story.
Oh.
How did mom react? How did dad react?
Now, you know when you're okay, those parents don't react. But when you start, mommy, I don't have what to eat. Rent. I'm glad I was okay. I was okay, so they didn't. And there was, COVID times. Of course, I think they are like, we are watching here news, even 15-year-old women, girls are getting,
pregnant.
how about this one who is in Kampala? Where you be? They
Yeah.
didn't even know where I was, I think. No, I was at hostel. I was at my sister's place. Yeah. But the reaction, but of course I was scared. Me as me, I wasn't ready for it. I thought I had malaria. I was treating malaria actually. But then, out of the blue, my best friend landed. I was doing papers. The good thing, remember, they gave us papers online. Then the other ones, the last papers, I had given birth. So I would just leave at my baby at John's place. My friend, oh my God, that girl, she helped me so much. Volumes. She would be with my baby. I go do my papers. And I passed away because our mother would add some sense. I passed those papers. I was in 70s, 80s. It's like, okay. Whole mother.
Okay, that was quite a journey, and I really feel like you've painted a good one, because it's like I've gone back personally. It's like I've gone back and I've seen the lifestyle. The only thing I cannot comprehend is how light-skinned you were back then.
Oh, I was yellow.
Because let me tell you, I did not change school when I was like really, really young. But when I did, I was 12. My grandmother had just passed and I changed school. And when I reached there, the kids, like it was so much deep. And I remember the kids started calling me a doll. And it was disturbing me so much. Now I do not see why, but back then it disturbed me so much that people would call me plastic. So instead, when people went for break to play, I went on the sun. Those things of Simanya sunburn, Simanya Sakoma, those things were not there. No.
By the way, they weren't. Because my skin...
We didn't know the information.
My skin was so clear. Now, even in that village school, my dad would buy you tracksuits, those... right now, they are just wearing these cargo pants. For us, they were wearing cargo pants.
Back then. I would sleep in the sun like this, and I used to be in Boronyanji used to provide some uniforms for the orphans. So my grandmother had enrolled, so my uniform was really, really short. So I would sleep in the sun like this, and I'd be like, God, this is the time you're gonna shine on me and like make me tan, like at least fit in. Now when I look back at it, I'm like, what was that? But yeah, compared to you, it's like, how was your village?
I would go to the
school?
village. I would go to the village, come back when, like, I had wounds.
From sunburns?
No. I don't
from
know
the playing.
From the playing. And our village, all the cousins are there. Then those ones who were in the village would pass through thorns, and they don't feel the thorns. And when you'd be like, okay, they are hurting.
Did this one cut me?
Then grass will know. I even have a scar on my breast, under my breast, because we would be playing wars, Russia and Ukraine, and it cut me seriously. When I reached home, Mama was like, "Naya, this girl now here, How do you explain?"
What will you tell us? Anyways, I usually have a question that I ask every guest that I happen to have on the platform, and it's okay for you. A message for your parents, because you love them so much, and one for Mackenzie, and then to the world, what would you want them to remember you for once you're no longer here?
To my parents, thank you so much. Thank you for that Chiboko. Thank you for the advice, and thank you for loving us. Thank you for giving us the best.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us the best. For Mackenzie, you're not ready. Hey. I really love that. I really love you, Mackenzie. I love you so much. That's all I can say. To the world, what can I tell to the world?
What would you want them to remember you for if you're no longer here? Like when your time has come, you've passed.
Yeah.
What do you want us to remember you for?
I think everyone knows how open I am, straight. If you piss me off, I will tell you. I don't know how to, and some people find a problem with that. But that's how it should roll. Because there is someone who doesn't like you will never tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And if you take it in a good way, it's the best.
I know, most of the times, but you see, the truth really hurts sometimes.
And now my boyfriend, he tells me the truth. And I get hurt, then I'll be like, no, I needed this. After processing it, I'll be like, okay, I needed this.
So what we tell the boyfriend as we sign out?
Oh, I'm not sure he will.
He will watch it. I'm going to make sure I go through all the channels I can to make sure he watches it. This is the last part. In fact, I'm going to cut this particular part into a reel. So and someone will post it on status and he will see. So go on ahead.
Now to my boyfriend, I really, you're 1 in a million. And he's going to say, hey, what if you're referring to, you're not saying? I don't want to say. Should I say his name? Mr.
No,
Busora.
maybe, yes.
Let me put Mr. Busora. You're really doing a good job. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for loving Mackenzie. Yeah.
I know. Most of those are rare and we really appreciate. So
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are. Very rare.
And thank you for keeping him too. It was nice having this conversation with you. At least we've gone back. We have known how we grew up, because I'm not sure if Mackenzie gets slaps and besiripas and the restrictions.
Meanwhile, Mackenzie, they took her away from me.
Oh, why?
My mom.
Why?
Because they feel they are bored at home. So Mackenzie right now, they don't even beat her. You remember the other tough people?
Giras. Anyways, that was it from us today, and we cannot wait to look back again in a few years from now and really tell and explain and digest what we're going through this particular moment and be able to look back and say, oh, those were really good old days. I had Benitah on the show, and I was Rita. And please subscribe, join the family, and we'll see you soon in the next video. Ciao.